Back again with another election video. Today I'm going to talk about affidavit ballots and special presidential ballots and what to do if you've moved since the last time you voted and you haven't updated your registration. Before I do that, a few reminders. I'm doing these videos on my personal Facebook and YouTube channels, not as an official representative of the Onondaga County Board of Elections, but just my personal videos, although my time as commissioner does inform me of these things. And also, I've already done videos on absentee ballots about a week ago, and on Monday I did a video about voter intimidation and poll watching. So go back and check those out. I'll put links to those in the description of this video once I'm done. So, affidavit ballots, presidential election ballots, and what to do if you've moved after the cutoff date on October 14th, or even before that. There's several mechanisms to vote in the 2016 election if you've already moved and you haven't updated your registration. But it really depends on several different factors. If you're moving within your county, that means you live in Onondaga County and you move from, like, say, Clay to DeWitt, and you didn't update your voter registration by October 14th, then you need to go to your new polling place and do what's called an affidavit ballot. Now, I should have updated your voter registration. I was talking to you about that, but you know what? Time flies and people forget. And you can check and see where your voter registration is by going to our website, ongov.net/elections. Anywhere in New York State, you can look up where you're registered to vote on the banner right at the top. It'll take you to the New York State voter registration, and most of the boards of elections have updated their registrations, so you should be able to find yourself, even if you just recently registered before the October 14th deadline. However, if you notice that your registration is at the wrong address, you need to find the polling place that is at the address that you live at now. You can do that on our website with our polling place locator. Anywhere inside Onondaga County, you can find the polling place, or you can give us a call at 315-435-VOTE. You go to your new polling place and you inform the inspector, because you will not be in the book, that you want to vote by affidavit ballot. Now, it's very important that you go to the correct polling place, because if you go to the wrong polling place, your ballot will not count. In New York State, you have to go to the correct polling place. So, make sure you find out what polling place you should be going to. And no, don't just go to your old polling place because that's where you're registered. That's technically voter fraud. So I know a lot of people do it, and I know you think you're not going to get caught, but, and that may be the truth, but here's the thing. If you go to your new polling place and do this affidavit ballot, your voter registration will be automatically updated. And that way you won't have this problem again. So go to your new polling place. Do the affidavit ballot. That's the way to do this. Now, let's say you move from county to county. Or you're moving from, let's say just county to county inside New York State. And if you did it before October 14th and you updated your voter registration, you would have been fine. If not, you have two options. You can either go get a court order, and that's only on election day. And you go to the judge, you tell them that you moved after the October 14th deadline, and you were not able to update your voter registration. Now, if you moved before the October 14th deadline and didn't update registration, a judge may decide that you had your chance and you don't get to vote this year. So know what your circumstances are. You have to go in with a reasonable story to tell the judge, and the judge will hear your case. In Onondaga County, we will have judges at our boards of elections all day hearing cases. Now, make sure if you're not in Onondaga County, you check with your local board to see what hours the judges are available. And you can do that. They should know at least the day before the election, maybe a couple days before that. They're waiting for the judges to tell them. But I already know in the Onondaga County Board, on Election Day, we will have a couple of judges there hearing people. But remember, if you're getting a court order, you better have some time, because you're going to have to sit and talk to the judge. There'll be a line. The last presidential election, we did something like 200 to 400 court orders, and I expect that to be about the same here in Onondaga County. But then you have to take your court order to your new polling place and vote there. So you vote there, and so you have to have time not just to get your court order, but to travel to your new polling place and vote. So if you're showing up at 8:30 at night, I hope you live close to the Onondaga County Board of Elections, because that, then your polling place, you do have to travel there by 9 o'clock. So don't wait till the last minute on that. However, if you moved after October 14th and you only want to vote for president, there is a special thing called a presidential special ballot. And you contact the Board of Elections that you used to live at. So this is even if you're moving out of state. Let's say you're moving from Onondaga County to North Carolina. We had a few people who did that, and it's past the North Carolina deadline, but you still want to vote for president. You can request a presidential special ballot from your previous county board of election, in this case, Onondaga County. And we will issue you a ballot, and you can vote for just for president. That's a thing that happens only once every 4 years. If you don't want to wait for a court order, you can do that. You can vote just for president with the presidential special ballot. Again, we only issue those if you vote, or if you've moved or are moving after that October 14th deadline, or after the deadline of wherever you're moving to, because that means that you moved and you didn't have a chance to vote for president, and everybody should be able to have a chance to vote for president. So thank you, Brian. Yes, it is bad carpool karaoke. I could start singing for everybody, but then I'd lose all the viewers that I have. So that's what a presidential special ballot is. So those are your three options if you moved. You can get a affidavit ballot if you moved inside the county at your new polling place. You can get a court order, and this is wherever you moved. If you moved after October 14th, or you just didn't update your registration to the correct address, and you moved from county to county or from out of state to the county, you can do that and get a court order. Again, it's not guaranteed. You may get it approved, you may not. Especially if you didn't update your registration, but you moved before the October 14th deadline. Or you can do a presidential special ballot if you're moving out of Onondaga County to another county or to another state, and you don't have time to register in that new state. You can do a presidential special ballot. As always, call us at the Board of Elections in Onondaga County, 315-435-VOTE. Or look up your county board in anywhere in New York State. Or you can go to our website, ongov.net/elections. And you can get applications for absentees, check your voter registration, and find out any other information about where your polling place is, all on our website. And stay tuned. Next week, we're going to be announcing a new way to track results on the ongov.net/elections. So I'm really excited. This is a project I've been working on all year, and we're going to be launching that sometime next week with a press conference. So check that out. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. And remember, we got about 12 days till Election Day. Get out there and vote. Polls in New York State are open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. all throughout New York State. Check your polls in your own state. There's different times for each state of what those polls are. And make sure you go out and vote in this election and in every race, not just president, but all the way down the ticket. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.